Wealth is defined as my legacy being legendary, hereditary. I know you see me feeding my seeds, killing these weeds with determination, germination, purpose never vacant. I said at elevation, meditation, upward, universal God is most high to provide the substance, trying to reside within abundance. Lunches, dinner, and breakfast. The feeling of my stomach's essential, easing the hunger pains is the issue. So focus.
Go, get it, go, get it, go, get it, go, get it,
Yo, welcome back. This is Connis Universe of Autism. You're now tuned in to episode 5, and this is the next segment where you're going to be introduced to my other children and kind of siblings. And this is Big Boxx,
Lil Boxx,
and welcome. And who we have with us today? And what's your name?
Hanani.
Hanani is my youngest daughter. Okay, and she's a twin. Okay, you'll be introduced to her twin sister as well. All right. And how old are you, Hanani? 8. All right. And do you remember when Hanani was born?
I don't remember the year, but I do remember the day, and it's October.
Okay. But you remember when it was in the hospital? Do you remember any of that?
The hospital?
Yeah, at the hospital when it was born. You don't remember that?
I wish I did.
All right, okay. All right. And you said you're 8, so when's your birthday, Hanani?
October 22nd.
Okay, October 22nd. All right. And what grade are you in? What grade did you just graduate? Go ahead. What grade? So what grade did you just finish? What grade did you just finish, Hanani?
3rd.
3rd grade. All right. So what grade you going to?
4th.
4th grade. Did you know what grade she was in?
3rd.
All right. See, pay attention. I know you gonna do your little stemming with that, but pay attention. All right. And who are you to Connis? What relationship do you have with him? Who are you? You his what?
Sister.
You're his sister, and you are her big brother, right?
Yes.
All right. And how old are you?
13.
And you're 8. So y'all have that many years apart of each other, correct?
Yes.
All right. Okay. And let me ask you something. Can I ask you a question, Hanani?
Yes.
What's the first thing you remember about your brother? What's the first thing you remember when it comes to Connis? The earliest memory you have. You understand what I'm asking?
Yes, when I was 4, he used to let me go in his room, and now he pushes me out.
Okay. Okay, so you remember that, so that's the earliest thing you remember, being 4 years old and him letting you go in his room? Okay, all right, that's not a bad memory. So what's your first memory of Hanani?
Basically, I actually don't remember.
So you don't remember. So you don't remember no kind of early memories of your little sister. So you don't remember them being in the house. You don't remember them coming home from the hospital.
Yes.
You don't remember none of that.
Yes, but I do remember they stay here.
You do remember they stay here. Wow. Okay, so this is part of the reason why we're having this conversation. And as we go along with each sibling, we're going to get different perspectives of everybody, and then also his perspective of his siblings. And we're going to understand the correlation and the relationship between siblings and then one sibling having autism. And it just so happened the oldest child has autism. So this is going to get real interesting. Okay? And other than that, you do know why we're doing this podcast, right, Hanani?
Talk show.
Well, you know why we're doing this talk show, right, Hanani?
Uh-huh.
All right, why are we doing it? From your understanding, from an 8-year-old understanding.
To be rich.
No, not to be rich.
Not to be rich.
It's actually my own show where I talk to people who is on the spectrum and discover them how their life is with them on the spectrum. All right?
Okay. Now, we understand. Look. They understand that everything we do is business oriented, and they know what business. Our business make what, Hanani?
Money.
Exactly. So they know that everything is rooted with them is based off business. So Landry 7 Media for them is based off business. And anything we do, whether it's proactive for a community or whether it's for us, we always want to make sure that we're protected because we do stay in America, and that is a capitalistic society. You need to understand that. All right, so moving on, and Connis got you right to let you know exactly why we do this. It's for people with autism, okay? And do you know what autism is, Hanani? From your understanding, what is autism is? As far as being in this house, hearing about autism, be careful. And knowing what's going on with it, what is your understanding of autism?
Autism is
That answer.
health control.
Health control, okay. What type of health control?
Hard. Some is hard to make friends.
Okay, all right. And what other parts of it do you understand what it is?
I have no idea.
You have no idea, okay. All right, now it's on you, Connis. How can you explain to your 8-year-old little sister, from her understanding, she said health control and hard to make friends. So with them two things, how can you make her understand more? So first we're gonna say health control. So when she says health control with autism, how can you explain health control?
Honestly, it doesn't fall with any health control. It's basically just a condition / disorder where someone act more differently than typical normal people, which means they think more solutions than them, and sometimes can be able to accomplish more things, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay, and outside of that, what else it is? That's the positive. So what's the other things that may be not so positive?
Fitting in with new people, making people think that you're a dummy sometimes, and being treated by typical people manipulating you into the most stupid, dumb, crazy things.
Okay, and what can you say that doesn't deal with people, but deals mostly with yourself? Instead of blaming with other people, how other people may treat you, other people may view you, what do you do as far as yourself in society? How can you explain that? How would you explain that?
I'm basically trying to interact with more people, trying to focus on the stuff I need to be doing, like my TBA demo, my comic sitcom, and everything else, actually.
Okay, that's just a way, that's y'all perspective from looking at it. Okay, and as far as that, Hanani, what's your experience with growing up with your brother in the house? So all you remember dealing with him, how was your experiences with him? You know what that means, right? So how was your experiences with him? To let him know. So some things he may not understand or know when it comes to dealing with y'all. So how does that go?
Helps me.
He helps you? To clean up?
room.
To clean your room, okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
with my work.
Sometimes with your work too? Okay. Your homework, okay. And what else is your experiences with Connis growing up in the house? That's all you can think of? It's okay if that's all you can think of. Okay, it's all right. And Connis, what's your experience with Hanani? This is the one twin, not the other twin, just her. You know what's your experiences? You know how to tell them apart now, right?
No, because basically they all look the same.
Okay, all right. So we'll just say, what's your experiences with the youngest twin? So you know Hanani because she wears glasses now. So what's your experience with the twin that has glasses on?
Well, sometimes they kind of cause little situations a bit. Sometimes they can be too overexciting. So sometimes they could cause so much trouble. But in all honesty, sometimes well, she might be the one who yells a bit, and sometimes both of the twins can be both really, really loud.
Okay.
And basically, sometimes they could give me a very hard time.
Okay. All right. And mostly, what do you notice about him the most? Like with your brother, what do you see the most? What do you notice when you pay attention to him? What's the thing that stand out with Connis the most with you?
When he plays with his kids.
The twisty ties? Okay. I kind of figured that would be one of the most things that would stick out to you the most when he plays with his twisty ties. And what do you notice the most about Hanani, Connis?
Like when they're about to cause up a situation, I try my best to stop. When I tried my best to stop them, and keep constantly yelling at them to clean up. And like for example, I've been trying my best to keep them organized, so I wouldn't have a very bummer summer.
Okay, that's understandable. As far as you, Hanani, does everything seem regular with your brother? Like, do you ever think like he's different, or do you ever think like something may not be the same as your other brother and your other sisters, or your cousins or anything, or do everything seem regular, or do he seem different?
Ever since he started this podcast, it's been a little different.
It been a little different. So what's different as far as him when it come to why he started the podcast? What changed?
Talk show.
What, the talk show? What has changed?
That he started to be a little nicer than usual.
He's being nicer than usual, so he's been being more happy. Okay, all right, that's good. Okay, and what do you guys talk about whenever y'all have conversations? Y'all ever have conversations with him? Yeah, you don't never talk to him?
Wait, like cleaning the room and I think that's all.
That's all? Okay, all right. And do you feel like he's aware of you? Like, do you think he notices you? Like, that's my little sister Hanani. Do you ever think he notices you, or you think he ignores you a lot?
Ignores.
So
sometimes ignores, and at school actually he don't even do that anymore.
Basically.
All he does, he sometimes he.
okay, so I noticed this was your last year of school with him. So, Connis, what do you notice about your little sister? And do you think she look at you as a regular person? And whenever you guys do talk, what do you talk about? And do you think that you're aware of her? And how was it at school with her as well? So you can answer those.
Well, at school, she basically greets me with a hug.
Okay, that's what's up.
And what I noticed from her, she's enthusiastic, and sometimes she kind of forgets about the mess she makes, any mess she makes when she's doing an art project or something like that. Okay,
and other than that, all you guys talk about is just cleaning up the house and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And so from your perspective as an 8-year-old, do you think that your big brother is accepted at school, or places you see him by other people? You think people accept him? You think they do? Okay. That's what's up. And lastly, from what you've seen, from when you've been to school with him, so you're in the 3rd grade, so you've been to school with him in 3 years. So in your 3 years of being in school with him and also being around No, 3 years. Kindergarten, first, second, no, 4 years. You're right, third grade. I'm sorry. Oh, excuse me. My children be correcting me, y'all. And so, do you think he's been treated fairly by everybody? No. You seen how some people mistreated him throughout the years? Okay. How did that make you feel?
I wanted to punch them.
You wanted to punch them? I understand.
But you're for your own age, I'm not sure if you might be able to stand a chance against that. not in a disrespectful way.
No, I know.
Only I could stand myself up.
Yeah, you can stand up for yourself. Correct it. See, only I can stand up for myself.
Only I could stand up for myself.
There you go. All right. And this is the last question we're going to ask for this first episode of the second segment on this talk show. Is going to be, the name of it is going to be called Am I My Brother's Keeper? So for Am I My Brother's Keeper, episode 1, on the Connis Universe of Autism, what is your perception of him and how do you view him? Like, do you know what I mean by that? So how do you view him? Like, as a big brother, as a person, as your family member, how do you view him?
A big brother that has autism.
Big brother that has autism? Okay. All right. So this is the end of episode 5. I'm Big Boxx.
Lil Boxx, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for watching. Always remember, be royalty. One life, one love, one God. What you got to say before we leave, Hanani? Bye-bye.
Boxx-A-Million.
Boxx-A-Million. Boxx-A-Million.
Mighty Lion of Judah.